Hey guys, this is John McMullen bringing you part 2 of the tutorial on creating a web app using HTML5, CSS3, and I did say JavaScript on my last tutorial. However, I'm not going to use JavaScript this time. I've been kind of playing around with it and had an aha moment, as Oprah would say, and I don't need JavaScript to show my different pages. So if you cannot use JavaScript, then all the better. What we're going to be doing, instead of using JavaScript to load in the external pages, we're going to set up, I only have 3 pages on this app, so I'm going to set up the content of those pages inside of my div class equals content. I'll set them up in different sections and hide the sections I don't need, and then when I need to show a section, I'll show it using my hashtag of home and whatnot, and I will target that hashtag just like I did with the navigation. So probably easier, shown than said, so let's do it. So I have my div class of content. I'm going to give myself some padding here. I'm going to give div class equals page and give it an ID of home. I'm giving it an ID of home because that is what I have my hashtag set up in my menu navigation. And I always commented out the closing. So I have a hashtag of home, so I have to give it an ID of home. Inside of here you can add in some content. I'm going to say home page and some text here, and that's all I'm going to put on my home page. You'll have images and all that good stuff, but I'm not sticking that in there right now. And let's go ahead and copy and paste this a few times. So we have our home, about, and contact. And remember, the ID needs to be the exact same as what the hashtag is that you gave the link. So here we go. Got everything set up. Let me change my closing hashtags here that I commented out. That's everything that we need to put on the actual home page. So again, what we're doing, instead of loading the content dynamically using JavaScript, we're just going to have it all load in when the page loads. And there's not much content here. We don't have a database pull or anything like that. So it's not that big of a deal to have it on the main page. Let's go into our CSS file though, and go ahead and style that page class. So that page. The first thing we want to do is say display none, because we don't want all the pages showing at the same time. So we tell it to display nothing. The second thing is let's put some padding on it. Again, we want the padding on the top. Since this is a fixed element up here, the padding at the top needs to be the height of your header, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of extra padding as well. I want it to have 10 pixels of padding all around, so my header is 60 pixels. Let me put it at 70 pixels for the top to give it that extra 10 pixels. 10 pixels for the left, or I'm sorry, the right, 10 pixels for the bottom, and then the 10 pixels on the right gets inherited from this left attribute. Second thing we'll need to do is set up our targets. So we have our home ID, and we'll say when that is targeted, we want it to display block. And that's it. So whenever that home is targeted, we're going to have a display block. I'm going to do the same thing for my other pages. So about target and contact target. Whenever any of those are targeted, meaning that you have that hashtag that gets appended to the URL, it will show the content. So let me go ahead and refresh the page here. And when I click on test app, my navigation comes up because the nav ID is targeted. And if I click on those various pages, the pages will show. So I can come through here and keep clicking on these and choosing different pages. Now if I expand this a little bit, and you can see the URL is on contact and my contact page is showing. Now when I click on the logo, my nav URL changes and adds that hashtag, so the nav comes out. If I click on about, URL will change with the hashtag home, and it shows it in here. So this is one way to set up your app to work functionally with CSS3 and not using any JavaScript. Now from here you can add in JavaScript. If you have a database that you're pulling information from, you can certainly do that, and I'll continue with some more tutorials about that if you're interested in it. But for setting up a basic, just getting a mobile version of a site up, or taking this and rolling it to an app, this is really all you need if you're just displaying content. Please let me know if you have any questions, though. My email is simplejohn@gmail.com. That's SMPLEJOHN@gmail.com. And I look forward to hearing any thoughts on this. Thanks a lot.